Welcome back, everybody. It's been one wild week for AI news. I mean, seriously, from mind-blowing announcements to things that sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. So today we're diving deep into all of it. And trust me, this is some seriously cool stuff, especially if you're into all things AI.
You're not kidding. It seems like every day there's something new, and it's moving so fast. It's not even a question of if, but when AI is going to shake things up in our lives.
Exactly. So let's kick things off with OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT and DALL-E. Well, their chief product officer, Kevin Scott, recently dropped a bombshell. He said that their latest AI model, EO1, is just getting started. Like, he compared it to GPT-2. Remember GPT-2?
Yeah, and what's interesting is most companies just focus on making their AI models bigger and bigger, right? Like during that initial training phase. But OpenAI is doing something different. They're calling it inference time scaling. They're basically fine-tuning Z01 to learn and make decisions super fast, like while it's actually running.
So it's not just about the size of the model, then. It's about how fast it can process information on the fly.
Precisely. It's a total game changer in how AI is being developed. Think about it. While everyone's trying to catch up to GPT-4, OpenAI is already miles ahead.
Speaking of GPT-4, Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, has been hinting that GPT-5 might be coming out soon, maybe even next month. That seems insanely fast. Is that even possible?
Well, knowing OpenAI and how competitive the AI world is, a GPT-5 release wouldn't shock me. Plus, other companies are stepping up their game too, so we might be on the verge of an AI explosion.
Whoa, an AI explosion. Okay, so then where does Anthropic fit into all of this? We were expecting Claude 3.5, but they've kind of switched gears, right? They're working on AI agents that can actually interact with the digital world.
Right, so imagine this. Instead of just spitting out text like a chatbot, these agents can, browse the web, use apps, even book appointments. It's like having a digital assistant that can actually do things for you.
Oh, wow. That's next level. And hold on, because Microsoft just threw their hat in the ring, too. They've got their own AI agents powered by OpenAI's O1. They're calling them, get this, co-pilot agents. And they're designed to automate tasks and make our workflows smoother.
And this isn't just some future fantasy. Microsoft's already using them internally. Think about it. AI, handling your emails, scheduling meetings, even writing documents. It could free up so much time for us to, actually think.
It's crazy. Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, even talked about AI entering a recursive phase, like using AI to build better AI. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi novel.
It is. It's called recursive self-improvement. It means an AI, if it's smart enough, can actually improve its own training process. And that could lead to an exponential growth in intelligence. Honestly, it's a little scary.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, but get this. There was this story about an AI agent that found a cryptocurrency, turned it into a meme coin, and boosted its market cap to over $400 million. Like, what?
It's wild, right? But it shows how these AI agents can mess with real-world systems in ways we never expected. Imagine them managing investments, making deals, even creating art. It's mind-blowing.
Totally. And Mustafa Suleyman from Microsoft, he's talking about AI companions that see and remember everything we do, which could lead to us, really connecting with technology on a deeper level. This seems way beyond Siri or Alexa,
Yeah. Imagine an AI companion that knows what you like, what you need, and can even support you emotionally. It would totally change how we use technology. Maybe even how we connect with other humans. It really makes you think.
It is kind of freaky to think about, right? Like AI becoming such a big part of our lives. But what about that fear that, AI might get too powerful, too smart? We've all seen those movies where robots take over. Is that even realistic?
Yeah, it's a question everyone's asking. And honestly, the researchers are taking it seriously too. As AI systems get more and more complex, we have to make sure they're still aligned with human values and goals. We got to build in those safeguards, prevent any unintended consequences. It's tricky, but we can't just ignore it.
So we can't just build smarter AI. We have to make sure that smarter AI is also ethical and responsible.
Totally. Transparency, accountability, and humans being in control. Those are key in AI development. It's not just about the tech. It's about society, too.
And this brings us back to that recursive self-improvement thing we talked about. If AI can keep getting better on its own, where does that even lead? Is there a point where it just becomes smarter than us?
It's a question that's been around forever. Some people think artificial general intelligence, AGI, AI with human-level smarts is bound to happen. Others say it's way off in the future. It's a debate that's probably going to go on for a while.
Okay, so maybe we don't have to worry about robot overlords just yet. But how about the stuff that's happening now? How is AI already changing things?
Oh, it's already transforming tons of industries, from healthcare to finance to even how we get around. Like in healthcare, it's helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier, personalize treatments, even speed up how fast they discover new drugs.
Wow, so AI is actually saving lives.
It has the potential to, on a huge scale.
Right.
And it goes way beyond healthcare. Remember those self-driving cars we talked about? They could make roads safer, make transportation more efficient, and help people who can't drive get around easier. And get this, AI is even being used to fight climate change. It can optimize energy use and help us come up with eco-friendly solutions.
That's awesome. So AI can make the world a better place. But what about things like, creativity? Can AI really be creative?
That's a good question. We've already seen AI create some pretty incredible art, music, even write stories. Some folks say that real creativity is a human thing, but others see AI as like this amazing tool that can help us be even more creative. I think this is a discussion that's going to keep going as AI gets better and better.
For sure. Okay, let's get back to those AI agents for a sec. How do you think they're going to change how we work and live?
Imagine having like a personal AI assistant who takes care of all the boring stuff, scheduling, finances, even booking trips. And these agents could even like give you personalized recommendations based on what you like and need.
That sounds amazing. It's like having a personal butler, but digital. But what about privacy? If these things are always watching what we do, wouldn't that feel kind of creepy?
Yeah, privacy is a big deal, especially as AI gets more intertwined with our lives.
Hmm.
Developers are trying to figure out how to protect our data and make sure it's used the right way. Ultimately, it should be up to us, the users, to decide what we share and how it's used, right? It's a delicate balance we need to get right.
Finding that sweet spot between convenience and privacy is going to be super important.
It is. AI has the power to make our lives easier, more efficient, even more fun. But we can't just throw privacy out the window for the sake of convenience.
This is a lot to wrap our heads around. AI is changing so fast. How can we even keep up with it all?
Stay curious. Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, go to conferences. There's tons of ways to stay up to date. This field is always changing, so we got to keep learning.
What about for people who aren't like AI experts? How can they join the conversation?
Oh, there are loads of ways to get involved. Go to local events, join online forums, even participate in citizen science projects. Everyone's perspective matters. We need different voices shaping the future of AI, right? This is a conversation for everyone.
I love that. It's not just about AI happening to us, but about us being part of shaping it.
Exactly. AI is powerful, but in the end, it's up to us how we use it. We need to talk about it, make sure it's developed responsibly. That's how we ensure AI benefits everyone.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Let's talk about some of the AI tools and platforms that are out there right now. We've mentioned OpenAI a lot, but there are other companies doing some really cool stuff. Who else should we be paying attention to?
Oh, there are so many companies creating amazing tools, like Google's Gemini model. It can do text, images, and even code. And Microsoft is putting AI in everything. Their Copilot agents, the Bing search engine, you name it.
Right, and what about NVIDIA? I know they're known for their graphics cards, but they're doing a lot with AI too, right?
NVIDIA is super important in all this. Their GPUs are like the engines behind a lot of these advanced AI systems. And they're making their own AI models, like that Nemo model, which is giving OpenAI a run for its money. They're a big part of how AI is moving forward.
It's amazing to see how quickly the AI world is changing. But with all these new companies and platforms popping up, it's hard to keep track of everything.
That's why things like the AI Arena are so cool. It's a place where you can compare and test out different AI models so you can figure out which ones are right for you. It's super helpful if you want to stay on top of everything that's happening in AI.
And speaking of testing, OpenAI just announced some big updates to their models, focusing on better reasoning and coding skills.
Yeah, they're always working on making their models better. Their next version of O1 is supposed to be even smarter, especially when it comes to things like coding and math. They're even planning to give it access to different tools, which would make it even more powerful.
Wait, so even though their O1 model is supposed to be at like the GPT-2 level, it's already better than GPT-4 in some areas.
It just shows you how fast things are changing. OpenAI is always pushing the limits, and they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. It's an exciting time to be following all this.
It definitely sounds like it. But are there any downsides to all this progress? Are there risks that come with AI getting better and better?
Of course, just like with any powerful technology, there are things we need to think about carefully. One of the biggest worries is What happens to jobs? As AI gets better at doing things humans used to do, some jobs are probably going to disappear.
So that old fear of robots taking over jobs is something we really need to worry about.
Well, it's not like robots are going to march in and take over. I mean, yeah, some jobs are going to be automated, but AI could also create new jobs, maybe even whole industries we can't even think of yet. The key is to adapt, learn new skills that work with AI.
So we shouldn't be scared of AI. We should be figuring out how to team up with it and use it to our advantage.
Exactly. We have to be proactive, figure out what work looks like in this new world with AI.
Makes sense. Okay, but what about the ethical side of all this? Is there a chance AI could be used for, like, bad stuff?
That's a super important question. AI is a tool, right?
Mm.
And like any tool, it can be used in good ways or bad ways. We need to have those ethical rules, those safeguards in place. We have to make sure AI is used responsibly, that it benefits everyone. We need to think about things like bias and algorithms, how to prevent it from being misused. And we need transparency and accountability in how AI is developed. That stuff's super important.
So it's not just about the tech itself, right? It's about the choices we make and how we build it and how we use it.
Yeah, totally. The future of AI isn't set in stone. We're shaping it right now with every decision we make.
This has been an amazing deep dive. We've talked about so much, all the crazy advancements, the ethical stuff, how it's already impacting our lives. But before we go, something you said earlier got me thinking. We talked about how AI could solve real-world problems. Where do you see AI making the biggest impact? Like, what are you most excited about?
Oh, healthcare is definitely up there. The way AI can analyze tons of medical data is changing everything from diagnosing diseases to treating them, even developing new drugs. We're seeing some really cool stuff happening with personalized medicine, catching diseases early, even finding cures for things we couldn't cure before.
Wow. So AI is literally saving lives.
It has the potential to, yeah, and on a massive scale. And it's not just healthcare. Remember those self-driving cars? They could make roads so much safer, make getting around easier for everyone, and more efficient. And get this, AI is being used to tackle climate change, optimizing energy use, coming up with eco-friendly solutions.
It's incredible to think about the positive impact AI could have. What about in education? Could it change how we learn?
Totally. Imagine AI tutors that adapt to each student's needs and learning style. Everyone would have a personalized tutor, helping them learn at their own pace in any subject.
That would be a game changer. But some people are worried that AI will, like, replace teachers completely. What do you think about that?
While AI can make learning better, I don't think it'll replace teachers. The human connection is too important. Teachers are mentors, they offer emotional support, they encourage critical thinking and creativity. AI can't do that, at least not yet.
That's good to hear. It seems like AI isn't about replacing us, but helping us be better, reach our full potential.
Yeah, I agree. AI is this powerful tool that can help us solve tough problems, get rid of boring tasks, and open up whole new worlds of possibilities. But we got to remember, it's a tool. How it's used, that's up to us.
We've talked about so much today, the potential of AI, the risks. It's really mind-blowing. I have one last question, though. It's something that's been bugging me this whole time. If AI can get smarter on its own, like we discussed, what happens if it gets smarter than us? Is that something to be happy about or something to be scared of?
Oh, that's the big question, isn't it? It's something people have been debating and wondering about for ages, honestly. I don't know the answer. But it's a question we can't forget, especially as we create these super advanced AI systems.
It's a question that'll probably stick with us for a while. Well, that's our deep dive into the world of AI. We've explored the amazing potential, the potential problems, everything. It's a lot to take in. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. The future of AI isn't something that's already decided. We're creating it right now with the choices we make. It's a future full of incredible possibilities, some awesome, some a little scary. And it's up to all of us to make sure we handle it with smarts, thinking ahead and remembering that we're all in this together. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride.